Hi everyone, welcome to another segment of Shortclip lessons. My name is Hector Aguilar, and today we'll be focusing on the bowing technique for playing violin. Now there are a few things that we need to keep in mind when we are bowing on the violin, and that is the use of the right arm. Now many times when we begin, we want to just do what I call the let's go guys technique, right? So we want to avoid that. We don't want to do this movement right here when we're playing the violin, when we're using the bow on one string. Okay, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we understand how to separate both parts of the arm. And one will be understanding how to use the lower part of the arm to bow on the same string, whether it be going down or up. The second one will be understanding how to use the entire arm to switch between strings, whether it be going from the first string to the second, to the third, or the fourth. Now, a simple technique that I want you to focus on before you even grab your violin is I want you to grab a pencil. Doesn't matter what size it is, as long as it's big enough for your hand. And what you're going to do is you're going to put the pencil right in front of you and allow your fingers right here to gently just be placed on the pencil. I want your fingers to hang from the pencil and just leave it there and feel what comfort feels like. Once you get that, I want you to simply bring your thumb right in front of your middle finger and bring your finger slightly on top of the pencil and just hold the pencil right there. Good. Now, while we hold the pencil, I want you to bring your left hand pointing finger to the inner part of your elbow. So this part right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to move our arm in 4 different clicks. Each one of these clicks represents a different string. So we start from down here and we leave our finger there. And this is just to help us feel both with both arms physically with things, how things are happening. So down here, string number 1, which is your E string. You lift up the arm just a little bit with the elbow. Remember, use the entire arm to do this. This will be your A string. You lift your arm just a little bit more. Remember, the whole arm, we're changing strings. This would be your D string. And then lastly, at the highest level, using the entire arm again, we are at our G. So once again, E, first string, A, second string, D, third string, and then G, fourth string. So I want you to imagine as if there's physical clicks that need to happen with the arm, but they happen so comfortably that all you're doing is gently landing the arm on those clicks. Okay, good. So that's the first part. So before we begin with the actual bowing, let's go ahead and grab our violin. Grab our violin. We get our pencil once again. And we start from our first string. Now remember the clicks. You're going to place your pencil on that bottom string right here. So you have E, first string. Now remember the clicks and gently land on the second click. That's your A string. Then gently land on your third string, D string. And then bring the arm up for the G. Then if you go backwards, the same, you go down to the next click. You have your third string D. You go down to the next click, you have your second string A, and all the way down to your first string E. Good. So that'll be the first part to the exercise that I would like for you to focus on at home. Okay, the second exercise would be using the bottom part of the arm to play on the same string while you're bowing. So same thing, you grab your pencil, you go through the process of holding it. There it is. And what you're going to do is you're going to put your left hand pointing finger once again on the inside part of the elbow, and you're going to start from your first string E. And all I want you to do is extend the arm and bring the arm in. Now remember, we don't want the let's go guys. We are playing on the same string, so only the bottom part of the arm should be moving. So you start going up and going down. And remember, what happens if you go up, but then this happens? You're going to be switching strings while you play on the one string that you're trying to play on. So once again, you go up, stays on the same string, and down, and up, and down. Good. Now you do the click. Let's go to the second string. Up, down. Remember, only the lower part of the arm, down. This is only to get comfortable with that movement. And then up, one more click. Now we are on the third string. You go up, you go down. You go up, you go down. And then the last click, all the way up, down, up, down. Good. Now we're going to try the same thing with our violin. Now remember, there are a few things to keep in mind when we're using our bow, and that is making sure that right here on the frog, we place our thumb and our middle finger right there, and then we let the other fingers gently fall on the other side of the fingers. Good. Now we grab our violin. And the exercise that I want you to practice once you get going with the practicing of the technique without the bow is you're going to play on the D string and on your A string. Remember, your D string is your third string and your A string is your second string. Now you're going to go, starting from the frog, I want you to go down only on your D string. So as you're going down, you're focusing on making sure that you keep a steady sound and that you're only moving the lower part of the arm. You do that a few times, let's say about 4 times. Going down, steady sound. Make sure that you don't put too much weight, because if now you get that, and if you don't put enough weight, you don't get too much of a sound. So make sure that we're gently allowing the weight of the arm to fall on the violin, on the string, as you're going down, and only the bottom part of the right arm is moving. So remember, stretch it out. Good. Once you get that going, you go to your A string. You start from the tip of the bow and you go up. Same thing, enough weight going up, keeping it steady between the bridge and the fingerboard. One more time, you're going up between the bridge and the fingerboard. Now remember, what happens if you move the entire arm as you're trying to play on one string? You start switching strings, and we don't want to do that just yet. So once you get that going down on the D string and then going up on the A string, I want you to begin the exercise of combining both strings. So what we're going to do is we're going to play each string 4 times, but between each string, we're going to give ourselves 4 counts of silence. And what we want to do on the silence is making sure that we are preparing the arm to switch on the strings, on the adjacent string. Okay, so it would look like this. If we start from the D string, we would go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and rest. 2, see how my arm goes down. 4, now going up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and rest. Switch the arm. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and rest. Bring the arm down to the next string. Ready, and up. 2, 3, 4, and rest. Switch the arm. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and rest. And you do that a few times until you get comfortable with the movement. Once you feel like you're pretty much getting it and understand the motions of the arm, then what I want you to do is go to 3 beats of sound going down, 3 beats of silence preparing to go up. Then you go up for 3 beats, silence for 3 beats to prepare going down, silence for 3 beats to prepare going up, and it would look like this. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, rest, and 2, prepare, and up, 2, 3, and rest, 2, 3, prepare, 1, 2, 3, and rest, 2. Make sure you use the entire bow while you do this. 1, 2, 3, and rest. And you do that a few times again. And then we go down to 2 beats of sound, 2 beats of silence going down, going up, and so on until we get to 1 beat. And here, when you get to 1 beat, you will not be using the entire bow necessarily unless we go really slow, which I would highly recommend. But if you want to just focus on the actual movement of the arm and not necessarily using the entire bow the whole time, then just start at the mid bow and then just go 1, 2, and feel how that arm moves. And once you get comfortable, you go 1, up, switching between the strings, up, down, up. Then you do it 4 counts for each bow going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, then going up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you do that a few times, okay? Well, thank you. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you're able to make some use of this. You have a good